Alright, so.
I got a reputation. And it's all I thought about, the names that they were calling me, Easy Ass Amanda, and worse.
Now they're starting the bullying phase of the girl. Once she's
it didn't define me.
Reporting the rape, right?
Only I can define me.
They start bullying her, right?
And when I was old enough, I went and did this. It's my name, Amanda. Just to remind myself that that's who I am, not any of these other names that I was.
But I'm barely around you. I don't even know your age. I don't even know what month you were born in. The other Amanda, right? I don't even know the day you were born on, right? I'm not trying to do nothing with you either. I was with your mom. And if anyone's fronting, it's got to be her, not me, not me. But I can't say nothing happened either because I'm the one that followed 3 stories, right? I'm the one they put in the barracks, right? Because your mom left me straight in Tennessee, right? I'm not mad with you about that, by the way. I figured out what it was all about. Her getting you from your parents, right? Your grandparents, right? And her mom made her do all that, right? Well, like in the South, you know, if you watch The Dukes of Hazzard, some people will say they're crazy, but they're not dumb, right? Well, I was having issues with the shipmates. That's why I also married your mom, see? Right. So, had nothing to do with you, right? I know. Only her, but she didn't really want me, and you can tell if someone is using you or not, right? That's why she left me stranded. That was part of her plan, right? And get her mom to release you to her so she could go back to Virginia and say, well, I'm going back to give back to my husband because I left you stranded in Tennessee, right? Then she had a reason to come back, right? See, that's part of the setup too, right? See, I just got from being in the hospital for 2 weeks too, right? But the problem is, I think she was trying to do something before, right? That, right? That's why I got stuck in Bethesda anyway, right? Once it made it past the 3rd trimester with the kid, right? She was boned anyway. Right. But I had to go to Bethesda, and I got kept on the ward, right? Which wasn't part of her plan, right? She probably would have tried to get there sooner, right? But because I got trapped on the ward, it went past the 3rd trimester after the 15th of August, right? Exactly, right? Now, if she did let you wake me up, she didn't really think I would do nothing. You understand, right? But she's probably trying to tempt me a little bit, but since I didn't do that, and she knows she can't do that either, right? You understand, right? Now, the problem is whoever's pretending they know about this, right? There's only one night we could have brought it up. The night I thought I failed, right? But I still failed in my mind, right? All I remember is being locked out the room and what I did, the process to get in the room, right? Now, like I said, the church I was involved with, though, they had a bunch of people in the Navy, right? Now, if I got down off the roof somehow, all right, I know that your mom and I were done. There's no reason to call her unless I'm asking her for something like a shirt or, right? But even then, right, I might think to call the church first because they have a guy on base, right? And I didn't know anything, right? Any details, right? So the thing is, though, the last thing I remember is trying to get into the room where I don't know. So that became part of the problem there, right? But if it's the guys from the church, they're not one person, right? They're a group of people, right? If you notice, this person keeps calling themselves a we, right? It could be the whole church after me, I don't know, but now.
You're crying rape, you piece of trash, liar, liar, ugly little liar.
Randy's been sent dozens of texts, messages.
This is what they're doing to me, though, right? Because they're also confused about sex and needing sex at the fall and what the actual sin was, right?
They're actually more brutal. The school has issued some suspensions, but they say that they can't police off-campus social media.
But neither me nor your mom brought that up for 11 years, right? And all I said on the blog was I was sleeping on the couch and I could have molested you, but didn't, right? So you can't say no more than that whether you're watching SVU or not, right?
The level of viciousness from these other kids. I mean, they drove her to the point, you know, right? I mean, she was on the edge of the cliff.
But see, who would bully you, right? See, they're bullying me, that's for sure. That's for sure. But only someone like your dad or someone like close to you could bully you, right? I hope you don't even know nothing about this, really. Right. Now, do I hear voices? Yes. Did I always hear voices? No. There was a certain time that happened, and that was way into the Navy, right? That's what my other doctor, Dr. Weinrep, is agreeing to, right? I know. That's what I was trying to tell the VA. I didn't hear the Navy and the VA, right? I didn't even hear voices until 93. You can ask anyone. I wasn't going around telling people, even though I was a little religious, Jesus was talking to me and telling me I was one of the two witnesses like I did with him, right? Now, what I mean was twofold. I had a dream, right? And I read about it in the Bible, and it tied me and my mind into the dream, right? Because I stood before a throne with a bright light and clouds in between me and the throne. I was looking at the throne as if I was brought into heaven, right? And standing in front of it, right? That's also chapter 12, but I didn't realize that at the time because they told me that was Jesus, so I didn't think that had to do with him, but the two witnesses, right? Or that chapter either, right? See, I knew I wasn't Jesus, right? That wasn't the problem for me, right? But what was the problem? That it could have to do with the two witnesses, right? So when I started telling Pastor Davis or Pastor Thomas, and they were teaching me their oneness Pentecostal doctrine where I grew up with the Trinity, right? And I understood that a little bit differently than, right, the Trinity doctrine itself, right? But then I read the Gnostic Gospels too, right? Which is, again, right there, right? And then I studied the Bible in Hebrew and Greek, right? And I found out there's a third gender, right, in the Navy, right? And that has to do with hermaphroditism, right? And no one cares about them, right? Either. Now, women are sometimes done wrong, but not as wrong as a hermaphrodite can be done wrong, right? I don't know. Right. Well, the problem is, why do you think these shows are both popular, but at the same time, NBC, people might can use these shows to both defend themselves and get out of it, or accuse an innocent person too, right? That's what I feel I'm going through, right? And I'm showing how the show can be used either way, right? Kind of, right? But the problem is, my ex-wife had more than enough time to go to the police, right? I didn't stay with her after she left me stranded in Tennessee, would you? Right. I moved back to base, right? I figured out the whole plot by then, right? And I just moved back to base, right? And I promised to take care of Jonathan. I give her $250. I gave her that until they got out, right? But then I couldn't keep it up because I was then kind of back to zero, back to square one, right? Having to find a job again. Then I fell, and right. I guess, right? And see, they're trying to change the story and don't even understand the story, right? What Pastor Davis was doing was making soldiers for his army. If you understand what I mean, right? And he thinks kind of like he's something special himself, right? They even called him an apostle when I was going out there with him and everything. Right. Now, there was a little secret, though, about how he was treating the single men, right? And I asked them about their unitship program, and they were kind of touching each other, right? As what Pastor Brand told me, right? Richard Brand, right? Now, I don't know if he's affiliated with the church anymore. They might have even had to kick him out. I don't know. But that's the man who told me, what the unitship program was all about. And that red flags went up all over the place. But I was still trying to learn about Jesus. Okay, more than really joining the unitship program, right? I just didn't really, know what to do about it either, right? And see, I was never taught to use a woman for sex, right? Just to prove you're not gay either. If you find a woman and she's conscious and wants sex with you, that's different, right? That's called consensual sex, right? Now, what's rape, right? Well, when, like in this story, this girl had some marijuana, right? And she's 15, right? And the boy, again, right, has sex with her, thinking she's into it, right? But the other problem is, was he guilty or innocent, right? Did he know she smoked the joint or whatever? I don't know, right? Maybe, right? But they said he did know, so then that's the point too, right? That's like sipping a woman what's called a Mickey or a roofie, right? Or even a man, right? What that means is you're blocking the person out to steal their money or to have sex with them, right? Sometimes both, sometimes one or the other, right? But it's all about the money, right? And like I said, just recently I did a massage, but the woman's acting like she don't know what she's doing, right? So I'm trying to teach her, right? I don't remember all the details about teaching her, but I'm in there longer than I should have been, which was supposed to be 30 minutes, right? But I do give her like $90 for the whole thing, right? So whatever happened, I don't quite remember all the details, but right. Again, like the other place, right? But this is a massage parlor, right? So whatever happened, again, I'm in another blackout type situation, but right, not trying to make anything happen, but if it happened, I'm showing her how to do a massage, because she's acting like she don't know, right? What to really do with me, right? And that's all I'm saying I would try to do, right? Now, erotic or not means I did something to show her something more, right? And asked her if I could then, right? And she let me, and she let you, right? But if she don't, she can say no, right? So again, but then I finished the massage and left, like any other customer, right? So she was more started rubbing my belly towards the end. That's what certain things I was trying to teach her, and certain things I was trying to do to her, and trying to get her to do it to me, right? Right. I know. Exactly. Right, right. Now he's starting to realize he might have raped her, that right?
Let me back. And now she hates me.
Just to be clear, Andrew. Did Mandy file consent to have sex with you?
No.
He didn't mean it. He didn't mean to hurt her. I know that this is difficult, but your son has an opportunity to take responsibility for what he did.
Rape 3, 18 months.
Hold on.
No, Mr. Guthrie, 1 year.
4 years probation, and he goes on the registry.
And he has to allocute. You need to confess in open court to the rape.
Right, right.
Andrew, the entire school thinks that Mandy is a liar. So they need to hear the truth from you.
Well, see, that's the point, right? I can't confirm something from 30 years ago either, or deny it. That's the problem about that long, right? But I'm telling you, only one person can know what happened with me and the daughter, and that ain't you, right? Nasty wouldn't say we. How do I know? I was married to her for 6 months, fool, right? And she knows if I'm making something up where I am or ain't, right? Not you. Or how far it went or didn't went, right? But I'm still doing something that's not a crime, but could be confusing, like I said, if you were trying to entrap me or something, right? But then, again, if you're using a we, you're speaking for more than one person. What is she speaking for her and her daughter, right? What's going on, right? She can't do that either, or she is trying to set me up, right? And I'm not a we either. I'm an I, right? I'm Shane, right? I'm not Daphne, right? And Daphne's not her daughter. She's 4, right? See, she's the paternal parent, right? She has all rights, all claims to the child. I can't even sue for child support or adoption even, right? Even if I wanted to adopt Amanda, hypothetically, I wasn't even around her long enough to do any of that, right? For example, right? Some people do adopt their stepdaughters and things like that. Anyway, that never came up, right? Right. So, whatever grudge you're having, it's not about the child. You're hiding something Davis might have did to you, right? That's what I mean. That's what you mean, right? Yep. Well, you can't confess what you don't remember either, right?
I felt like I
Only
was
what you remember, right? So, saying confess, right?
What you do, what you say to each other, it hurts. It has consequences.
Yeah. So first, I'd just like to commend Mandy for her incredible bravery. So, we're not here to place blame. We're not here to point fingers. We're here to...
And I'm not blaming you either, but you're hiding something yourself, right?
You all to
You're trying to blame me for something you don't know even happened, right?
all close your eyes and just take a second to center yourself.
But something might have happened to you that you didn't want to happen either, right?
Come on, if I can do it.
Great. So while keeping your eyes closed, I'm going to ask you to
Okay. Now, like I told you, though, I'm trying to teach you boundaries, right? You don't know, like Davis didn't seem to know, boundaries, right? What can you really do? What is the Bible really saying? Well, one of the things Jesus was trying to get you to do is not murder each other over your mistakes, right? Or sins, right? It's not that they're not sins, right? But what Satan did was, after we ate of the tree's fruit, okay, and here's the other point, did he eat of it himself, right? If he did, right, did it kill him too, right? Also, 930 years later, I don't know. That's the question we're trying to figure out. What about this one tree did the one telling them not to eat of know that was something wrong and that it would kill you if you ate of it, right? Well, that means someone else must have ate of it first, right? And it killed them too, right? So he knew there was something wrong with that tree, was trying to tell Adam and Eve not to eat of it, right? But can the tree, by eating of a fruit tree, from a fruit like a pear or an apple, really cause you to become aware you're naked? That's the problem with the story. See, there's a lie in the story that the author wants you to think about while telling you the story, right? But read the whole Bible, or you're missing the story. Okay, bye.